up? Nigga need some work, man. What's going on?
Ain't nothing pumping right now, B.
Come on, man. I know y'all got something.
Fuck is you deaf, man? I said we ain't got shit going on right now, B.
So niggas supposed to start because your man got shot.
What?
Damn.
Radio.
Calvin must got you niggas shook.
Yeah. Go read a book. These niggas shook. Hit his ass with the right, yeah, that's a hook. Made his ass look. Smoking on dope, man, look like a buck. Whoa, how? Yeah, cause it's long like a buck. Whoa, I got these niggas shook. Call me Candy Man, cause I'm bringing the hook. Niggas talking shit, man, these niggas is rooks. I play like a chess boy, call me a rook. Niggas, they talking about shit. Whoa, nigga, you ain't about shit. Whoa, yeah, radio, he the GOAT, Capricorn. Yeah, whoa, yeah, get that nigga shook. Yeah, go read a book, smoking on dope, it's long like a buck. Yeah, that nigga shook. Yeah, I play this game like a chessboard. Call me a rook, go fight a book. That nigga can't read. Whoa, damn. Yeah, that nigga can't read. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, go read a book. Nigga so shook. Yeah, he calling the cops. He working with the ops. Yeah.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
What it do? You to today's video, I want to talk about these satanic insects are showing their true identity. Yes, these satanic insects. Who is one of these satanic insects? Bill Gates. And you know, it's fucked up because the first game system I ever owned was the first ever Xbox that came out. And you know, I thought Bill Gates was a good guy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, come to find out, completely opposite. Just like a lot of people thought Oprah was a good woman. Completely opposite. If you don't believe that, just because you are part of their satanic agenda, you are one of them, and you probably don't even know it. See what I mean? So, like I said, the spell is wearing off, right? Because their time is up. But you have to remember this, though. Any conqueror, any communist or dictator, they will never just give the power back to the people. That's what people don't get. And a lot of people are waking up, you know, the Great Awakening, which is supposed to happen. And it's so fucking crazy. Like 2018, I'm gonna be honest with you, 2018, the video games that came out in 2018 was giving us hints about the shit that's going on right now. Fallout 76, motherfucking Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is my shit, and God of War, which won Game of the Year. You know, which was good. That was a very good game. That was a fun ass game. So anyway, see, I don't just play video games just to play the shit. When I play video games, I play that shit to get the deeper message out of it, because there's deep messages in this shit. You see what I mean? So like I was saying, in Fallout 76, you know, they always give you the same hints of like what's going on. Like, you got to go search for food. You got to build shelter. You know, you got to fight off all these mutated insects, because the whole storyline behind Fallout, you know, just in a nutshell, is that nuclear fire or fire consumed the earth, which sounds just like Revelations. But they try to give you hints. Fire consumed the earth, and people had to rebuild over the old world, which was called the post-war, meaning like paper money and old suits and, you know, pencils and all that shit. That shit was post-war, before the war happened, before the nuclear bombs dropped, which was the fire that consumed the earth. It's all symbolic. And the NCR, the New California Republic, versus the Legion, which is a band of raiders led by Kaiser or Caesar, whichever one you want to, whichever name you want to go by. I like to call him Kaiser. But Kaiser, he's leading the Legion, which is a band of raiders who enslave women. And New California Republic is like a corrupted military, but they still kind of for the people. So basically, this I'm kind of explaining like Fallout New Vegas mixed with Fallout 76, but it's pretty much the same shit. Not pretty much the same shit, but like the concept, like the fire consumed the earth, and people had to rebuild on top of that shit, and they had to use a new currency. They had robots running around, transhumanism, and all this type of shit, mutated shit. What's going on in the world right now? They doing transhumanism. They doing clones. They got zombies. People may say, I don't see no zombies. It's not the zombie that you see in the fucking TV show. Of course, it's not going to be exactly like that. It's called a hint. Predictive programming hint. You see what I mean? And that's the shit that's going on now. It hasn't got to that extreme level yet, but you see where I'm coming from. Now, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That game was so fucking cold. Like, that shit was crazy. Cassandra the Eagle Bearer is the main character. And she was born in Sparta, you know, in the game. And she was raised by a Spartan wolf. And she had I think she had a Spartan mom. No, his name was Spartan Wolf, but he was like a Spartan chief that was in like the Spartan army. And she didn't know who her real father was. Her whole life, she thought that dude was her real father. And then I think she ended up killing him. You end up getting a choice to kill him. And I ended up killing him. And you know what I'm saying? And I was like, so, like, who's my real father? Blah, blah, blah. And you end up finding your real father and all that shit. So basically, the game is real relatable. And why I'm using that to compare to this Bill Gates shit and what's going on now is because in that game, her dad was one of those occultists. Her fake dad was one of those occultists. They call them cultists, you know, something that's hidden. These people was basically like the Illuminati in the game. And you have to go around in the game and find these different occultists and kill them and draw clues together so you could get to the main boss, like the main head of this shit. And that's pretty much significant to what's going on right now. Because instead of killing these occultists, a lot of people are starting to get the courage to expose these occultists. And a lot of these occultists will die a horrible death. You know, like these so-called, I'm just saying, these so-called Illuminati motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? These so-called elite motherfuckers. Whatever you want to call them. These so-called Zionists, whatever you want to call them, right? Then God of War. To be honest, I don't even know how I can even really compare that shit. Because that game was deep. That shit was deep. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to leave that one alone. I have to really process that God of War to compare it to what's really going on now. But those two games, Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Fallout 76, just the whole Fallout franchise in general, it's really telling you what the fuck is going to happen, and this shit is happening now. Now, a lot of people starting to wake up, which is the Great Awakening, what they call it. Everybody's not going to wake up. Remember that. But a lot of people will. Hopefully, a lot of people will. It seems like a lot of people starting to wake up. But you got to remember, this information is not for everybody. The people who are attracted to this information is for them. But then you got demons that's attracted to this information too. Because we in a world of duality. Meaning that if you have this on the left, you have to have something on the right. So if you have a positive energy that you radiating, you have a glow around you that's radiating, not only will people who lost and who trying to use your light to spark their light, they could be good people and they're attracted to you. But just because you attract good people, that doesn't mean that you don't attract negative entities. You attract negative entities as well, because these negative entities, they can see your glow. And when they can see your glow, that means they're like, wow, this is somebody that's about to ascend up out of here, that's about to hit that Christ consciousness, and they do whatever they can to try to bring you down. You know what I'm saying? And these little spirits, they was getting to me last night, you know. I just had to shake that shit off. Like, man, I ain't finna let this negative energy get to me. Because you gotta remember, sometimes when you get out your element, that's not even necessarily you. Satan, like people, Satan is this big red monster. No, you fucking dummy. God and Satan, using these terminologies, which are not the real terms, but some people could understand. God and Satan, right? See, Satan, what he will do is he will keep trying to rise up against you. Right? But he's not a physical entity. He is a spirit. God, so-called God, is a spirit that can manifest or incarnate into anybody's body. So people be, fuck that nigga, he ain't talking about shit, blah, blah, blah. You have to have a real strong level of discernment, a real key eye to be able to see through people or see through the illusion. You see what I'm saying? Most people can't read me. It's hard to read me, which is good for me because I don't want to be no easy book that you could just read. But most people will be, oh, this card got information, like, especially the people, that shit ain't real. That shit ain't real. Like, those are demons. There's somebody that's possessed by a demonic spirit and don't even know it. But those people who be like, hold on, the shit he's saying make a lot of sense. Like, I'm still trying to comprehend it, but it make a lot of sense because you still have a little bit of life force left, a little bit of soul that could still be rekindled, still be resparked. They can bring you back into this consciousness. You see what I'm saying? So these spirits, they call them spirits or principalities, whatever. These evil spirits can get to you, and they will get to you, especially if you have a light that's beaming around you, because these entities, like I said, their power is running out. So they're trying to rise up against the chosen ones. Like I said, everybody not chosen, but it is a lot of people out there that is chosen, and they don't even know they chosen by the Most High. It's called being spiritual. Well, I call it being spiritual without knowing you spiritual. You see what I'm saying? Like, you always knew, like, shit ain't right. Something ain't right about the world. I just can't put my finger on it. That's being spiritual without knowing that you're spiritual. You see what I'm saying? Then you got the other people. That shit ain't real. Demons. And that's the type of shit that's going on. And Bill Gates and them, they are possessed by these demonic entities. And they do know it because that's who they work for. What do you think they're getting all this information from? From these demonic entities. But these demonic entities have power, but guess what? They don't have more power than the Most High, than the Creator. They don't have more power than Mother Nature. You see them houses, them brick houses, and they be having nature. They have the leaves and shit growing on the side of the building and in the front of the house. I love houses that look like that. That shit is beautiful as fuck. The houses, the brick houses with the nature growing on the sides of it, that shit is crazy. Because that goes to show you that nature can't be stopped no matter what you do. These demonic entities, they using satanic dark energy, which gives them temporary energy, temporary power, right? But now they rule us up, so they have to keep on. Fear tactics, fear, because fear is automatically rejuvenation for these entities. It's like instant energy for these entities. So if we don't have no fear, they gonna have to keep doing the demonic rituals, they blood sacrifices to get power. And when you sell your soul to Satan, you have to keep feeding Satan souls, or he gonna come after your ass. You see what I'm saying? You have to keep feeding Satan souls, or he gonna come after your ass. That's if you under Satan, like Bill Gates and them. Why do you think they trying to kill all of the world? They have to keep giving more and more souls. Why do you think when Barack Obama was in office, so many melanated people, so many Moors, Hebrew Israelites, whatever name you want to go by, so many Moors, which is a natural divine being by nature. That's what a Moor is, a natural divine being by nature. So Obama, when he was in office, more Moors, aka more so-called black people, got killed than on any other president's term, because that was his blood sacrifice. He was blood sacrificing the melanated people. Real shit, this shit gets deep, but just letting you know, when you still support Bill Gates, you're dumb as shit. You probably with him. And if you still support him, Bill Gates don't give a fuck about you. He gonna chip you. He gonna try to chip you and chip your family. How can you fuck with somebody that released a virus? Well, I don't even know if he released it himself, but he worked with these motherfuckers. So they all in it together. How can you fuck with somebody that's trying to kill you? That just don't even make sense. People open this, open that, open from Chicago. She makes Chicago look bad. Why do you think there's so much killing going on in Chicago? Because she's one of the biggest demons there. Obama was one of the biggest demons there. Chicago has a grid line under it. which is a big ass what's the word I can look for? It's like a center of energy. It's like a portal. For example, like Chicago is built on top of a Stargate. The whole city, really the whole state of Illinois, which is a big ass state, is built, but it's built on top of a Stargate, a portal, an energy grid. A lot of people not gonna get this if you're not on a higher level. A lot of people, I can't find this information on Google. Duh, nigga, because this is higher dimensional information that I'm downloading. Antennas. You see what I'm saying? And that's why all the killing is going on in Chicago. They know Chicago is a very powerful place. You know, it's a lot of very powerful people there. In Chicago, we have the most Aboriginals. We have the most Aboriginal culture in Chicago. I didn't even know that until I came to Australia and started learning about the Aboriginals here. Then I went back and started doing research. Like, damn, I didn't even know we had that much Aboriginal, Aboriginal culture in Chicago. That's just how much they try to cover it up, because they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to really tap into who you are. Chicago, why do you think people say out of every city, people from Chicago is completely different, talk different, look different, could damn near anything. Not necessarily everybody, but I'm just saying most of the people there, damn near anything they touch, it goes gold, because we are different type of people that's in Chicago. Like I said, it's a Stargate that Chicago is built on. Why do you think the government there is dropping guns in these gang and impoverished neighborhoods? Why? So we can kill each other so they can get the land. They want to, you know how they was killing everybody else and taking their land with the smallpox and all that? They couldn't do that to Chicago because they know we wasn't going for that whole ass shit. I'm talking about even our ancestors that came before us. They wasn't going for that shit. So how can they kill them if they gave us guns, drugs, and all this other shit, this crazy ass violent music, and boom, let them kill each other, and we gonna step back. And once they kill each other, we gonna try to take the land. But now motherfuckers waking up and they blasting back at the police too. But that's a whole different story. Forgetting all that, I'm just trying to give you examples of what's going on. California is also built on top of a Stargate. You see what I'm saying? All these major cities are built on top of Stargates and portals. But ain't nobody gonna tell you that because they don't know this type of information. And then another thing I want to touch on too. News, knowledge, and life, he made a good point about this. And I knew about this, but you know how something slip your mind? And when somebody bring it back up, you're like, damn. So when I was in high school, my senior year, right? Shout out to my English teacher, Miss Carrero. She was a great teacher. So we had like a senior English class, and it was called some like a culture. We was doing like a culture lesson when she was showing us videos. This was like 2013. She was showing us videos of these white people, just using that term, Europeans. They was going to some shop and they was getting spray painted with blackface spray paint. I know y'all see it's an actual TV show. I forgot what it's called. But my teacher, Miss Carrero at the time, she was showing us this in our senior English class. And there was something about culture studies. I think it was like that, culture studies. So it was a TV show. I forgot what it's called, right? If you know what I'm talking about, somebody gonna be like, I know exactly what he's talking about. So it was a whole bunch of Europeans. They would go to some shop and they would get their skin spray painted brown. And they would walk around and people would really think they black people. They would go around, talk to other black people and see how they walk up to another European while they got the blackface spray paint on. And the Europeans say, I hate them niggas and all that shit. Your bitch ass up, man. And then they had some melanated people, some Moors, and they went to the same shop. It was a family of Moors. It was a family of Europeans, two different families. And then the family of Moors went into the same shop and they got their skin painted pale or peach color or white or whatever color you want to go for. I ain't even trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got their skin painted, you know, like a white person. And they was going around in the hood, walking around, seeing how motherfuckers react to them. And people looking like, what the fuck? There's white people in the hood? The whole time these black people with the white face spray painted on. And it was a culture studies to see how racism still exists and shit like that. And that's the shit that's going on. And News, Knowledge, and Life made a good example. Like, It don't even be. It's killing in Chicago. Don't get me wrong. It's most definitely killing in Chicago, but it's not that much killing as people think. News, Knowledge, and Life said it's a lot of white KKK members, right, in Chicago. Not even in Chicago on that. Probably like somewhere in Illinois. You see what I'm saying? And they travel to Chicago and they put on that blackface spray paint and they go around. They shoot at the gang members, and that's how they be getting the war started. This is what News, Knowledge, and Life said, and that's a good fucking point. And it's not too fucking far-fetched. Because like I said, after seeing that TV show, I forgot what it's called, in 2013, in the cultural studies English class that I had, my teacher at the time was showing us this, that white people would go get their skin spray painted, so-called, melanin, and they would walk around and see how other whites would react to them. And it was just showing white people how it feels to be a melanated person in America. The racism, because people think this shit still don't exist. This shit exists, nigga. And then it was vice versa. They wanted to show the melanated people how white people react to white people with this whole white privilege shit. So that's what it was about. It was about cultural studies, so people could understand each other better from different, ethnic backgrounds. And it's not too far-fetched that you got some racist motherfuckers spray painting their skin melanin, going to Chicago, shooting at other gang members, shit like that to start these wars. I'm just saying it's not too far-fetched. It's something to think about, but this is what's going on. Satan's army is going to continue to rise up and continue to attack God's chosen ones. I'm just using that word, God's chosen ones. Like I said, you could be in the industry, you could be an artist, anything. You know you ain't sell your soul, you know you ain't sell your soul. If you know the Most High is with you, you know the Most High is with you. You see what I'm saying? Point blank, period. But then you do got some motherfuckers that's higher up, like a Bill Gates, Oprah, a Fauci, or who these other motherfuckers is, and they have sold their soul. You see what I'm saying? And this shit is real. And people just don't want to admit it. Because like I said, they either sold their soul, or they just that dumb. The fluoride is fucking them up that much. But this type of shit that go on, wake them up. More videos coming soon.